You're listening to Genuine Chit-Chat. This show is for real.
Hello there, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Genuine Chit-Chat. This week is something a little bit different to the usual because I haven't got any guests lined up for this week to record, just because a couple have had to reschedule, and then there's one being approved by Sony at the moment, and it hasn't been fully approved before Sunday, so I'm releasing this special. This was released on my Patreon in April. It was just after myself and Megan went on our trip to Malta, so anyone who follows me on social media, at Genuine Chit-Chat on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook, around April time would have probably seen some of the posts about it, but this was recorded shortly after that. So I didn't want to leave yourselves dry, so here is a taste of what it's like to be a Patreon supporter. This is 45 minutes long, and it is just really, really fun of just me and Megan being silly and talking about our holiday in Malta. So I really hope you all enjoy this. All my Patreons will be getting a bonus episode as well, either today or tomorrow, because obviously they've already heard this 3 months ago. And so I want to say thank you to all my lovely Patreon supporters who make this kind of thing possible, but also thank you to you lovely listeners. But even if you don't support the show on Patreon, I still hugely appreciate you listening to this. And if you enjoyed this, please consider checking out patreon.com/genuinechitchat. For as little as £1 a month, you get access to the audio exclusive feed, which has things like this on it, as well as other road trips and holidays myself and Megan have been on, as well as book reviews I do for Star Wars Legends books and other canon books as well. And also me and Megan doing movie and TV series reviews and things that most of you who've been following this feed for a while or has listened to a few episodes of Comics in Motion have probably already caught wind of those. So I want to throw that out there and just say thank you so much for listening and being supportive as always. I will not be back at the end of this conversation. And please also note, because this was recorded in April, obviously myself and Megan referencing certain things is slightly out of date because it was recorded 3 months ago. But I want to highlight that before we get started. So thank you so much for listening. As always, follow me at Genuine Chit-Chat on the usual social media places. Consider checking out patreon.com/genuinechitchat. Links to all these things are in the description. And as I will not be back at the end, just here is my conversation with Megan, and we'll be back to the usual schedule next week. Welcome to Genuine Chit-Chat, where we have honest conversations with interesting people. And I'm your host, Mike Burton. And we're here for another Afterthoughts.
Afterthoughts!
And this Afterthoughts is actually one where you guys would probably assume the subject matter would mean that we'd record it in a car, because it's a travel one. Because we normally do like road trips and holidays and etc. We normally do them while driving to or from whatever holiday we're doing. But we went on holiday to Malta. And we went with two friends of ours, Alex and Beth. And Alex has actually been on Genuine Chit-Chat a few times. He's done, I think, 2 movie podcasts. I think it was the...
I was in one of them with him.
Yeah, I think it was the end of the year. It was either 2019 or 2020. He was in one of those. And then really early on, in like the first 20 or so, he was in one and we were talking about travelling and stuff, I think. And then he's been in another one that I can't really remember. But he's a massive movie buff, and he also has wanderlust and loves travelling and stuff. In fact, in 2 weeks' time, he's embarking on a year in America.
He's going to Camp America, and then he's going to travel around.
Yeah, and he might go to Asia as well. He wants to go to Canada. He wants to go to New Zealand. He's always moving.
Living the dream.
Indeedy.
We decided to buy a house instead.
Well, yeah, it was kind of like your brother, isn't it? Because like your brother's been travelling around, spent like 3 months in South America, which is...
It was more than that. I think Davin was in... I'm pretty sure my brother and my sister-in-law were... I say it like that because it's still weird to call her my sister-in-law.
Now sister-in-law.
My now sister-in-law.
She wasn't your sister-in-law.
Yeah. Because they only got married a few months ago, so I'm still getting used to the fact that Rachel is now my sister-in-law. Yeah, I think they were in South America for like 5 months. Yeah,
they did Machu Picchu, which is something you and I really want to do.
Yes, I'm very envious of my brother, because not that I'll ever admit this to him.
Well, he's never going to become a patron. I don't think he's even ever listened to the podcast, which is fine. I like Davin, but I don't expect him to listen.
But like my travel dream is to go visit the 7 new wonders of the world, and Davin is unfortunately way ahead of me.
Well, he's on 6, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure he's seen... Yeah, he hasn't been to... Jordan. Niagara Falls isn't one of them.
Is it?
No. It is. I always forget them. So we've got the Great Wall of China, Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza,
Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal.
Eiffel Tower?
The Eiffel Tower.
I don't bloody know.
The Eiffel Tower. If you're looking at things like Machu Picchu and Chichen Itza, you can fucking compare it to the Eiffel Tower. I've now forgotten the ones that I've said.
Mount Rushmore?
No, stop. You're the reason that I have forgotten them now. 7.
It's because there's been 3 different lists. There's the new Wonders of the World, the original Wonders of the World, and the man-made Wonders of the World.
Well, the original Wonders of the World don't exist anymore.
Most of them don't, because the Hanging Gardens...
The only one that does is the pyramids.
Oh.
So it's Chichen Itza, the Great Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Great Wall of China, Machu Picchu, Petra in Jordan, Taj Mahal and the Colosseum. So I've seen 2 of them.
What's Petra?
Petra is like, there's some like temples.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, so Davin has been to Chichen Itza because we went there together. He's seen the Great Redeemer. He hasn't seen the Great Wall of China. He's seen Machu Picchu. He hasn't been there to Petra. He's seen the Taj Mahal and he's seen the Colosseum. So he's got 2 left, whereas I've only seen 2.
yeah, and I've only seen 1.
I mean, the likelihood of me seeing them all is
quite slim. I think China and Taj Mahal and Great Wall of China are probably the least likely.
Yeah.
Just because where we are in our lives now, where we're in the next few years going to be settling, trying to go to either of those places with kids is...
I'd like to go back to Rome because I have seen the Colosseum,
I haven't.
But I was really young, so I don't really remember.
We'll definitely go to Rome at some point.
Oh, Roma!
I mean, your family's from Italy, so we're definitely going to go there.
Yeah, I mean, they're not from the south, but anyway.
Anyway, none of this is about Malta.
And Rome's not even in the south of Italy anyway. Neither.
There we go. But we went to Malta for a week.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite a common holiday destination for a lot of both Italians and British people.
Yeah, there were a shit ton of Italians in Malta.
It's right near Italy.
So I spoke to someone on the bus. Apparently, it's only a 25-minute plane journey from Sicily to Malta. So
it's equivalent to like here to Scotland.
Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, there were loads of English people, and there were loads of Italians.
Yeah, I'd say,
and there were quite a lot of French people as well.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's just and a few Germans, but I don't know if it's just because they're not German. I'm currently learning German.
There are quite a few Germans there,
but like I don't know if it's because I speak those languages that it is easier for me to recognize them. It's like, for example. What car was it? Like my dad's car broke down once and we got given this like shitty Fiat Panda, like the original like box Fiat Panda, as a replacement car. And I'd never seen that car before in my head. And then after we got that car, I saw those fucking cars everywhere. Yeah. So I don't know if it's something like that because I speak Italian, that when I hear Italian, I pick it up more than if I were to hear Chinese, for example.
Well, the culture of Malta is kind of like an amalgamation of Italian, Sicilian, and English because I think we owned Malta or something for a while. It's not, my Malta
Alex
history,
was saying that we helped them in World War II.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but they got their independence years ago. They might. I mean, my history's terrible. I should look this up before recording. But
anyway, there were lots of Italians, there were lots of English, and there were lots of French and German.
Yeah, and it was just a real nice chilled out holiday. It's what we really needed because Megan's going to be starting a new job soon, and we're going through lots of house stuff and just general life stress in general. And we haven't been properly abroad for years.
It was nice to have a week where. Sorry, I was getting distracted by that noise. Is that your laptop?
It's just the laptop fan, yeah.
It was nice to have a week where I didn't have to think about anything. I think it is like the least stressed I've been in fuck knows how long. Like, honestly, I don't remember the last time I wasn't stressed like that.
Yeah.
Like, actual legitimately relaxed. Like, I've still got another week off because it's currently the Easter holidays in the UK. So I've still got another week off, but it's my birthday in 2 days. So this week is actually still quite busy because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Whereas last week there was just nothing apart from just eating and just walking around. It was really nice.
And yeah, Malta was part of the Crown Colony of the United Kingdom from 1814 to 1964. And that's when they got their independence. So yeah, it's a mixture of our culture and Italian-Sicilian culture. Which is right. And obviously Malta does have their own culture, their own language, Maltese and things, so they do have their own
Maltese
culture as
is odd. I want to look more into Maltese. Annoyingly, I normally learn set phrases when I go to a different country, but I kind of forgot that we were going to Malta because this year has been so mental and everything at work has been crazy.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I was like, oh shit, I'm going to Malta next week.
Yeah. But you are learning German at the same time, so...
Yeah, no, I know, but I like being able to use phrases. I don't like being... the stereotypical ignorant English person that makes no effort to learn a language. Like, it's only like 38% of people in the UK that know a second language because that's
surprisingly high, actually. I mean, not compared to places like Europe, because I think a high percentage of people in Europe can also speak either English as a second language.
Well, I mean, just even the entertainers that worked there for the kids, like we did bingo one night, and then there was the one guy that was from Colombia, so obviously he spoke Spanish. Then he was speaking in English, and he was also speaking in Italian.
Yeah.
And then there was the guy next to him whose nationality I don't know, but he was speaking in English, French, and German.
Yeah.
Like,
but he said his German wasn't that good, though, so...
Yeah. And to be fair, his accent was a bit iffy with some of the French words as well, so French isn't his native language. But... Like, it's just insane. It's just crazy. Like, the amount of people that know different languages, and then you got English people. Like, this is no disrespect to English people, obviously, because I am also English.
Americans
but, like,
are the same.
But it's just... English isn't the only language, everyone. Everyone should learn a language.
I'm
Even
trying.
if it's only set phrases.
I did try and learn French for a while, and I know enough French to really... I can read French okay, and I can get by. I can say, like, I would like, I am, you know...
But you're getting better, because when we were in Malta, you were recognising Italian people, and you were like, are they Italian? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, because because I'm learning Italian on Duolingo. I'm learning certain phrases and pronunciations and things. I'm also learning with Italian. You should pay attention to if you can pay attention to any part, the first half of the word is much more important than the second half of the word when it comes to verbs, because the second half of the word is like to do with who. So if you hear "I am going" or "I am," it's "io sono." So it's like, whereas. I suppose
I would disagree. I would say the second half of the word is more important.
Well, I was going to say scrive, because scrive is to write.
Scrivere is to write.
Yeah, so if you hear I write, you write, he, she writes, they write, the end of the word changes, but the first half of the word is still scrive. So if you hear someone say scrive and then you don't recognise the second part, you're more likely to be able to pick up the fact that it's
something to do with writing. I see what you're saying. You can pick up what the word is, but you wouldn't necessarily pick up the person that they're talking about doing the action.
If you heard the first word, if you heard eo, or like I remember voi is you all, because a V is like a Y. So if I hear voi,
in Italian,
voi scrive, I know it's...
In Italian, that works because they use the personal pronouns, whereas in Spanish, they don't normally say yo to el, ella.
Yeah, well, in the things it's been saying that they've been training, annoyingly, and it's getting confusing when they want you to say something, for a lot of the words, you don't have to put the personal pronoun, so you just say scrivono, scrivono.
Scrivono would be they, right, yeah.
Yeah, instead of loro scrivono, instead of that, which is they write, you just go scrivono. So
yeah.
There are.
I think they are, dropping the personal pronouns.
Yes.
And in which case, yeah.
But anyway, so in Malta, what we did...
Sorry, language lesson.
It's fun, rather fun. In Malta, what we did is we were staying in an all-inclusive hotel, which I'm not usually much of a fan of, but it does make things a lot easier when you want to do what we did, which is we basically did something every day bar once. We went out, either walked through the town...
I think we had 2 days where we were at the pool.
No, I think...
We got there at, like...
If we ignore the first day.
Okay, but we got there on the first day, we walked around. On the second day, we chilled by the pool.
Yeah. That was what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh, the freezing... Well, we should go through the days then. So there's a freezing cold swimming pool.
Okay, so on the first day, we got there at, like, 1-ish. Went and had food, but we couldn't check into our rooms yet, so then we just walked around the town. So we were staying in St. Paul's Bay, which is in Budjaba.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got splashed by a wave on the first day.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Got some fun photos of that.
Yeah. So yeah, we just had a little wander, went for dinner. It wasn't really that much on the first night. We played some card games and then we just went to bed because Mike had been awake for like nearly 2 days at this point.
Yeah, because we left on Sunday, but we had to leave the house at midnight.
Yeah, our flight was at like 6:30 in the morning.
And
Luton, then we had to drive a couple of hours to get to the airport. So...
And then you had to be there a couple hours early, and we had to put the car in a different car park,
so we got there really early. Plus, because of COVID, there are staff shortages, so we were worried that there were going to be delays. So we got there super fucking early. Like we got to the airport like 4 hours early.
Yeah,
and we just tried not to sleep so that we could try and sleep on the plane, which for me was successful. I like slept in the car, I think, on the way there.
Yep.
And then I legitimately just slept for the whole flight. Like I was the only one that slept for the entire time. So I slept for like 3 hours. So whereas Mike managed, I think you got like half an hour sleep at some point.
Well, we had Saturday and we just sorted out all our stuff and things. And then we watched movies or something, or TV shows or something.
I don't know, but why are you going back in time?
No, I'm saying we watched stuff and then we were like, okay, now it's time to go. So we got our stuff ready and went. Then I drove to the airport while you and I think Alex napped in the car, which was 2 hours. Then got to the car park, shuttle bus, blah, blah, go through security, blah, blah, blah. 4 hours later on the plane.
Burger King for breakfast.
Yeah, a katsu. I had a katsu
Burger King at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oof, it was it was good. It needed, but yeah, because I hadn't eaten really for like 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah, we had dinner at like 10 p.m. Anyway, yeah, then we got there. You hadn't slept.
Yeah, and so when we went to bed quite early, and then we slept like straight through.
Yeah, so day one, full day one.
Then we stayed by the pool.
We stayed by the pool. I was the only one that went in the pool to begin with. There was literally
outdoor.
no one in the pool. So we were there. It wasn't a heated pool because obviously it's a hot country, but because we were there in April, it wasn't that hot. And while we were there, it was also quite windy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was no extra heat in the pool. Literally no one was in the pool. And I was like adamant that I was going in the water. I took one step in. I was like, oh shit, it's cold. I managed to go in. And I was in there for quite a while before anyone joined me.
Yeah. Then
Alex then joined me. And then Mike then joined.
And in that time, we were like having no one around the pool was really talking. There's quiet music playing in the background, but it was kind of like, there's lots of people. There's a fair amount of people, but...
People were watching us while we were getting into the pool. When I was getting into the pool, one woman walked past me and went, "You're a legend." Or "You're an icon." Or what did she say?
Something like that, yeah. You was an icon or legend or...
I can't remember what it was, but it was something
iconic.
along... you're iconic.
Yeah.
It was something along those lines. And I was like, yeah, thanks.
And then she got in the pool, and then Alex said he'd go in the pool, and I said, okay, Alex, if you go in the pool, I'll go in the pool too. And then Alex got in, and I was sat at the edge, and Beth was sat at the edge as well with her feet in, and we were like having a conversation that was loud enough so people could listen in to us, and everyone was like, a lot of people were like laughing at what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we're like, we were like going in and like, oh, it's so cold. And
the funny thing is that the boys got all of the fucking sympathy. I got into the pool. No real fuss, just got in, went swimming, and I was in there for fucking ages in comparison to everybody else. Yet when Alex and Mike were getting into the pool, people were like cheering them on. I was just like, I'm in here already. Like, appreciate the fact that I'm already here. Just because I don't have testicles does not mean that it is uncomfortable to get into the water. Like,
yeah,
it's still uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know.
No one congratulated me apart from that woman that called me an icon or a legend or whatever word it was.
And Alex got in, and I was basically giving him shit, and it was a right laugh. And then I did it, and they were giving me shit, and people were like,
you took the longest to get into the pool.
Yeah, but I was making a song and dance about it, wasn't I?
Yeah, classic Mike being dramatic.
And then I just dived in, and it was very, very cold. And
it was.
And then for about 5 minutes, it was like, oh, this is actually kind of doable. And then it came in again. Like then it just...
You had to keep moving, otherwise it got cold. I had to keep doing lengths in the pool because I was getting cold.
I did a couple. The problem is the pool was so shallow. It was only about a metre.
It was 1.3 was that one.
Yeah. So it was just up to like, if you stood up, it was like shoulders kind of place.
Just under shoulders, I think.
So it was like you couldn't even just swim. You had to literally lay. So swimming was kind of awkward. And then when we were starting to get in, more kids were starting to go in.
Even the kids though, like kids are fearless, and there were literally no kids in the pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we weren't in there that long.
No.
Then we went from there, so we left there and we went to the indoor pool where it was considerably warmer.
Yes, and that was lush, and there weren't that many people in there
at that point. No.
Yeah, so that's fine. And then we went on Tuesday. We went to Valletta, didn't we?
Tuesday we went to Valletta,
which is the main sort of town. We
met up with my mum.
Yeah,
because my mum also just happened to be in Malta the same week.
What happened to? She booked it.
But
she's also a teacher, so she.
Yeah, so we had the same holidays, but yeah, so Mum was there, so we met up with Mum for a coffee in Valletta.
That was nice. Chat with her.
Yeah, we went for a walk, had some ice cream. Yeah, we went to a really nice market, and it was a food market, and I had traditional Maltese food, and everyone else was boring and went for like pizza and burgers and tacos.
I had burrito. I had a burrito. You had rabbit.
Yeah.
You had rabbit.
Yeah, so I had rabbit because everyone was freaking. Like a lot of people, like I don't really want to eat the rabbit, whereas I've eaten rabbit before.
Yeah, I've never had rabbit before.
So I was like, yeah, I'm excited. When I found out that rabbit was a traditional thing in Malta, I was like, yeah, boys.
Yeah, because you had rabbit a few times.
So yeah, I had that, and I got rabbit stew with Maltese bread and chips, and it was €11. So cheap.
I had a burrito for €10.
Mental.
With fries. But the burrito was really nice. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But it was a really cool food market, and I think I'm trying to remember. Beth had a pizza, didn't she?
Beth had pizza, and Alex had... He had like a sandwich steak thing, didn't he? Like a Philly steak kind of thing. Okay. He had some sort of like sandwich.
But it was cool that we could go there and with no fuss, just get whatever we kind of wanted.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, then we met up with Mum, had some ice cream, went to a couple of like souvenir shops.
And markets and things.
Yeah, Alex got me a little turtle key ring that says Malta on it.
Yeah, and I got a couple of bracelets and things, and we got some fridge magnets and souvenirs and stuff.
Then we went back, and that night we went to the we had Indian food that night, which wasn't that good.
Yeah, because there were several in the hotel.
There were lots of different restaurants within the hotel.
There was 9 in total, but 4 of them were closed, so there were 5 or something like that.
I think 2 of them were shut. Yeah,
there's the barbecue one, the other Asian one.
Oh, it doesn't matter. There were some shut because it wasn't peak season. And also the infinity pool was shut, which was annoying, but...
Yeah, so we checked them all, and then...
We preferred the main restaurant, didn't we?
Yeah, the buffet that changed each night slightly.
So that was the first night, so that's the Monday. That's the Tuesday. On the Wednesday, we were meant to do a boat trip. Like, we booked a private boat so that we could go around all the different, like, lagoons and stuff and go paddle boarding, and it was going to be so good, but then it got cancelled like less than 12 hours before we were supposed to go on it. We'd just gone to the shop and bought food for the like boat the next day, so we'd respectively per couple had spent like 20 odd euros for food and snacks and drinks,
and 20 euros,
and then it got cancelled.
And so €10 was it like, is it €1 is £1 is 1.2 euros, so £10 is 12 euros.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. So for people listening, American, I can't be asked to figure that out. But anyway.
But yeah, so it was really annoying. And the reason being is that it was just too windy the day that we were meant to be going. So we were a bit bummed about that. But we got all of our money back and stuff. So.
And then we went to Popeye Village.
Yeah, instead we went to Popeye Village, which is where the 1979, I think it is, Popeye film.
1980.
Or 1980, yeah. It has Robin Williams in it, and it's the film about Popeye.
And the woman, is it Shirley something? She's in The Shining. She's the main woman in The Shining.
Yeah, but it's actually really cool. Like, I haven't seen the film, but I did watch the cartoons when I was growing up.
Same.
So Mike and I are going to watch the film at some point, but we're going to buy it because you like literally can't find it anywhere. There's a copy of it on YouTube.
Shelley Duvall is the woman's name.
There's a copy of it on YouTube, but it is grainy as hell. So we started to watch it last night, and I was like, if it's like this, I can't watch it.
It kept going like...
Yeah, like it was VHS quality, and it would crackle on the screen. But yeah, Popeye Village was really cool. I really liked it.
Yeah, they built a whole film set in this cove in Malta.
Yeah, they literally built it from the ground up.
And then after they did it, they just left it there, and now they've turned it into there's like a museum. There's shows that go on where it's like these people, it's mainly for kids and stuff.
There's a little aqua park there in the summer. They do boat rides in the summer.
Yeah, there's also each of the individual buildings. You can go into certain ones they filmed in where you can see like the interior of like bedrooms and whatnot of the thing. But then you go into other places that have been turned into, like, there's the museum, which has got like lots of memorabilia of Popeye. You've got there's cinema.
A comic one.
Yeah, there's one with comic books and stuff in it. There's the cinema, which is when you go in, you get a voucher and you get a free postcard and also a free popcorn.
Yeah, boy.
Which is really cool. It's really nice, including the ticket price.
Yeah.
It's no fuss.
There's also mini golf there, but we didn't get to do that because it was too busy.
Yeah. But the rest of it wasn't too busy. It was just the mini golf in particular was very busy.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And it was just like watching the little film. It was too quiet, but it was still kind of fun. And it was like going round. It was cool and different. It's just not something you get to see that often. It's literally a place that a film that isn't that highly rated, but I still want to watch it. It's Robin Williams, a place that Robin Williams literally went and made a Popeye film. And Popeye is quite well known as a character. And obviously Shelley Duvall being in Shining. And it's just this cool idea, even if we don't know because we haven't seen it. Alex said he liked it. So it's silly.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, what's this thing going to be like? But I enjoyed Popeye Village. It was one of my favourite parts, actually.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's just unexpected and silly and cool. Really fun.
Yeah.
Really nice. And once again, this is all just so chilled. I mean, we were walking like 15,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And it was hurting our feet. Like,
yeah.
a lot.
I mean, my feet are still aching from being away. But yeah, then we went back to the hotel. I think we went to the indoor pool and then we just chilled the rest of the evening. In the evenings, we did go to the evening entertainment. So each night there was a different
it was the same group of people. It was called the animation team.
Yeah, so on the Monday, there was the variety show. and we were sat in just a really shit place because we were sat on the corner of where the bar is, just behind.
So the seating area is like an L shape, and in the corner of the L is where the bar is.
Yeah, and we were sat like to the left of the bar, so people just kept clumping in front of us, so we couldn't actually see the stage. It was really annoying. Then on the Tuesday, it was live music, but it was just...
This is my least favourite.
It was a guy who was playing the bass guitar. He was singing over a recorded track.
It was just on Spotify. It was just like on Spotify. Just like it was not even changed.
He was just playing the bass and singing.
So he just played... That was the...
Oh, that's the timer. It's fine.
But yeah, he was actually he had basically Spotify playing quietly an actual song with the full vocals and everything, but he was playing a bass guitar with a microphone, and he was just singing and playing bass louder than the song was.
Yeah.
Slightly. So,
yeah, Mike wasn't a fan of that.
It was my least favourite entertainment.
Yeah. Then on the
all the songs are really lame as well.
Not all of them.
Okay, not all of them, that's unfair to say. Some of them were fun, but there was just a couple and just a bit like...
Mike was grumpy about this night. Then on the Wednesday, it was... What was it on the Wednesday?
Well, that was when we...
it was the Magic, Disney Magic.
Yeah. Was it the Magic? Yeah, it was...
Yes, it was. Oh, no. It wasn't. It was the musicals.
Oh, yes.
So this was musical night. So what we did is we wrote down 5 different songs from 5 different musicals. Or, 5 different songs from musicals. And then it was like bingo.
Yeah.
So we were playing
we did it ourselves.
musical bingo. No, this is just a thing that we did between the 4 of us. I think I got 1 point.
Yeah, and I got 1.
You got 1 point as well.
Yeah.
And then...
So I guess memories cats. And I was right. And you guys were all like, you're like, cats, Mary, they were going to play that. And I was like, I bet they will. It's one of the most famous things. But they stuck to a lot of... They did like several songs.
They did a lot of songs from the Moulin Rouge. And it was really annoying that I didn't think of that musical.
Yeah, and I like the musical, but I don't... I've seen the film.
I chose the point that got me 1 was... All That Jazz from Chicago.
Yeah, they played a few Chicago songs as well.
They did play quite a few
They played
Chicago
that one
songs.
Grease medley of the 3 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was alright. And then the entertainment on the Thursday... No.
Then it was Disney, I think, wasn't it?
Then the entertainment on the Wednesday was the Disney...
Which was really fun.
Magic, which we thought was going to be a magic show.
Yeah.
But it was actually just loads of songs from Disney.
Yeah.
So people were dancing and singing along. That was pretty cool. Then Thursday was bingo. Mm-hmm. None of us won anything, which was sad times.
There was 2 bottles of wine, which I'm glad we didn't win.
So the first person to win was 2 bottles of wine, and the second person to win was the massage.
Which we'll come back to after we're done with the entertainment.
We'll go back to massages. And then on the Friday, it was divas. So it was a load of songs and dance from various divas in history, including Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Beyonce, the one that sings Proud Mary. Is that Aretha Franklin? Or am I being...
bad?
Am I just getting artists mixed up?
I should know this, because we've literally...
Tina Turner. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
But
I'm not very good with people's names. Yeah, so that was the entertainment. That was really good. I really enjoyed it.
It got better each night, kind of. But I found out the divas thing, and one thing I said on the night, and I'm no prude. I want to clarify. I'm no prude.
I'm no prude.
But it was just kind of annoying where you had there were the guy dancers and the women dancers and singers. And the guys were wearing like full-on trousers.
Like just fully clothed.
But like the top half... They had like an open shirt on, so you could see their very ripped chests, because they're all muscly as hell. But their trousers, for the majority of the show, they were full-on trousers and boots.
Yeah,
the women
they had their bum cheeks out,
fully
one of the main singers basically had a thong on. It was going like right up her bum, and it's just like, come on, why? Like, even if they were wearing, like, the same top and then were wearing the bra, but they had, like, little shorts on, at least it's just... it pisses me off. It's double standards, everyone. It's double standards.
As I say, you've got these women and the men, and they're all very attractive individuals, but you've just got the women showing off far more of themselves, especially their legs. Way more, when there was also parts where guys were wearing shorts and the women weren't, and you're like, why didn't you just get them the same bottoms?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It is baffling.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, the entertainment was good.
But they all did well, I would say. The singers,
they were really good.
Not
especially...
They were very good singers.
Yeah, there was two girls that were the main singers, and there was the ginger girl, and then there was the blonde girl. The blonde girl had a fantastic voice. Not that the ginger girl didn't, but the blonde girl's voice was insane. It was so good.
Yeah, ginger girl's voice was more so like in the middle, like good all-rounder. Like she could do
a good all-round singer, whereas like blonde one had like elements of like Gaga level.
Yeah, and when she had high notes, good. When she did hit the high notes, she just did so well, and she could really hold the notes. So she was great, and the other dancers and stuff were great, and there was a guy singer who was pretty good. And so
yeah, but there was the guy singer that had really tiny eyes.
He looked like Bill Nye from...
Yeah, he looked like Bill Nye, but he also looked like that guy. The voice of BoJack Horseman.
Oh, Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
But
that.
he looks like Will Arnett specifically from Community when he's dressed up as a magician.
Yeah, that
That's what that guy looked like. With smaller eyes.
Yeah, but like with the
and a bigger forehead.
Haircut and age of Bill Nye.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. But yeah, so that was fun. Anyway.
So that was, yeah, so we went on a tangent. So we go back to the days.
So we did Wednesday, which was Popeye.
We've done Wednesday.
So
Thursday, Mike and I had a special little treat.
We did. It was great. That was the day at the pool. That's what you were referring to.
This is the second day chilling
right,
at the
that's
pool,
what I wasn't thinking about because of... Yeah. So we got a couple's hot stone massage, and we love getting massages. We only do it probably once a year, maybe twice a year, but I love having a massage. It feels absolutely amazing. Back and neck massage is what we normally get, and Megan's got super ticklish feet, so she doesn't normally have...
Yeah, I nearly kicked the guy in the face when we had the massage the other day.
But we had a hot stone massage, and it was absolutely incredible, and I recommend it to everyone.
And a revitalising facial.
Yeah, but the hot stone massages are expensive in general, even in the UK.
Yeah, it was €140 for both of us to have a hot stone massage and a revitalising facial. So it was about a 55-minute massage and a 30-minute facial.
No.
20-minute facial?
No, facial was 15 minutes. 55 minutes.
15.
Yeah, it's 55 minutes of massage, 15 minutes of the facial.
Right, got you.
Gaps either side. But yeah, the hot stone massage was amazing. Really, really loosened up. You know, put hot rocks on your back, and then when they massage parts of you, they use these really hard rocks. Really hard, really hot rocks.
Yeah, that's why it's called a hot stone massage. Everyone.
Exactly, and it feels great. Highly recommend. And then after that... do we go to the pool again?
I don't remember. I think we went for a walk around the town. I don't really remember what we did on the Thursday, to be honest.
The hot stone massage just made us so unbelievably young. It was so good.
Then on the Friday, we were going to go to Rabat, but we didn't because it was Good Friday and loads of the things that we wanted to see, like the cathedral, were shut. So we went to St. Julian's.
Oh, did we go to the aquarium after the hot stone
massage?
That's
what we did, yeah. In the afternoon of the hot stone massage day, we went to the aquarium.
Yeah, a nice little hour-long aquarium.
I thought we went around the town, yeah.
Sorry, but then we also had a really
And the
nice
aquarium
coffee.
Was really cool.
Yeah, we had a really nice coffee as well.
Yeah.
Next one, sorry, then instead of going
so then we went to St. Julian's where it was really windy and the waves were huge.
Yes.
And that was where the cat park was.
Yes. Yeah, people may have seen me on social media post about it. It's just lots of cute cats.
It's just a little park where they look after the cats. They've got like loads of little cat beds and cat scratchers and food and drink for the cats.
But just loads of these cats aren't owned by anyone.
No, they're just wild cats. They just go there.
But they're kind of like semi-domesticated.
Yeah.
They just chill.
Yeah, they just live in their little lives.
Yeah, under little benches with beds and cat boxes spread around. And it's just got little signs up saying if you want to donate, please give it to the person who'll be around or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it under the bench.
Yeah, we didn't really do that much that day. We just went to St. Julian's and then we...
It was because the bus ride was it half an hour, 40 minutes each way?
Yeah, and then we got the bus home and then we went to the pool for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we were walking around for
we
quite
took pictures in the water with my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, with the special underwater thing.
And then we went for dinner. And then on the Saturday, we went to Medina and Rabat, which was awesome.
Which I think was my favourite along with Popeye, but for different reasons.
Medina was a really, really beautiful city. And we were lucky with the weather as well, because it started to turn partway through the week, but we fortunately didn't get hit by any rain.
No, it was raining.
We just had
Thursday
overcast.
night, it rained a bit, but that was when we were already, it was after dinner and stuff, so we were already inside and whatnot, and it started to rain. And then the next day, it was just... It's kind of standard British weather, but a bit warmer. So it was nice. It was just that it's nice.
Yeah, it wasn't cold.
Yeah, it was just nice. And because we went to Rabat, it was not windy. So it was just nice, easygoing weather. So everyone kind of had on whatever they wanted. And just we walked around. It's basically something that looks like the old town. It looks very similar to...
A lot of it was filmed in Game of Thrones, so it's like Game of Thrones.
I think it was at Dorm or something like that.
I don't remember.
But
yeah, it was really nice there. So we went to the cathedral. First of all, we went into Medina and we went to the Natural History Museum.
Yeah, because we got this ticket thing for 3 places. So.
And then we walked around Medina for a little bit and we went to the cathedral. And we went into the cathedral and the Cathedral Museum.
Lots of art and stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, and then...
the cathedral was absolutely incredible.
Oh, the cathedral was stunning.
So it's like... It reminded me somewhat of the Italian cathedrals we saw in Bergamo.
It's because they're all Catholic.
The Bergamo ones had more marble sculpting, whereas this one had a lot more painting on the ceiling. And it's just so impressive having like someone basically up on like ladders and scaffolding basically in like the... I can't remember what it was.
Well, it was rebuilt in the 1700s, so before then.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we went to St. Paul's Catacombs. So we walked to Rabat. To St. Paul's Catacombs.
There's like 20 of them that we saw.
And we were looking for food on the way, but the catacombs shut like fairly early. So we decided not to get food and we went for a little snack at this like traditional Maltese like pastry shop.
I'm so glad we skipped having food.
It was so good. I had a pistachio cannoli, and sweet Jesus, it was so good. My God.
The prior night, like I was saying, I was excited to try cannolis because I had them in the hotel, but they weren't that great.
Yeah, they weren't that nice.
Whereas when I had that one, I was like, oh, that was really good. And I had 2 things because I'm a greedy fuck. And I had, it was, so basically, if anyone's ever had a fig roll, they're in the UK, like, they're like kind of biscuits, but they're not really crunchy like biscuits, but you can buy them in supermarkets. But
yeah, I don't even know how to describe.
I don't know if they have them in America. They're kind of like
because it's like, do you know what it makes me think? It makes me think of like a Nutri-Grain bar.
It's kind of like a Nutri-Grain bar mixed with
more
like
cakey.
It's like a mini roll, but like those Swiss rolls, the vanilla ones. It's kind of like a cakey pastry sort of thing. It's like an American Hot Pocket, but it's filled with jam instead. But it's less pastry, more cakey.
Like a Pop-Tart.
No.
It's kind of like a Pop-Tart, but if the outside were like a cakey kind of texture, like a Jaffa cake.
Kind of, it's covered, whereas a Pop-Tart's got the filling on the top like that. Whereas this
no, you can get Pop-Tarts where in there on the inside.
That's what I said, mate. Hot Pockets. Savoury things. But, yeah, anyway, it was really cool. I had a strawberry thing and I also had this cinnamon and clove cookie, which is really, really nice. All good. Enjoyed that. And then went to the catacombs, which were ace.
Yeah, but we were stupid because we started at the halfway point, so we saw all of the little catacombs, and then we were like, there's a big one over there. And that's the thing that you're meant to do first.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I actually kind of liked the way that we did it, because then we got the more impressive one for last.
Well, I think that a lot of the time when we were looking around the smaller catacombs, the people weren't that impressed because they'd just seen the giant catacombs.
Yeah.
But we'd seen all the little ones and they kind of got bigger. We're like, wow, these catacombs, they're really big. They're cool. I thought they were going to be a bit bigger.
And then you get into the one that you're meant to see first, and it is absolutely gigantic.
It's huge. It's massive.
I nearly had a panic attack down there because there were so many people. It says on the outside what the maximum capacity is, which for this one...
And before we say that one, all the other ones we saw were like 6 to 12. 16. And then one or two of them were bigger ones, and they're like, 16, maybe 20 people go down. And you're like, okay, there. You're like, okay, fair enough. And normally it was just us down there, 4 of us. And this one... 75. There weren't 75 people down there, though. There were definitely at least double that. I think there were 200 easy. There were so many people. Legit. And it was very, very claustrophobic. It's narrow. For people who don't know what catacombs are, they're basically underground tombs that the Romans primarily made. And so you go downstairs, but they've fortunately put like special metal plasticky grating over the stairs so you can walk down smoothly. And you walk around on this grating around these caves that have been carved out that were used for burial of dead people. So like underground graves, basically. But you can kind of, And they've got like holes in the walls where they put in things, and there's also like cutouts on the floor and like different pockets of places. And in certain ones, the ones where we went to first, the smaller ones, it's just for a small group of people. It'd be like a family or groups of people like that. The other catacomb... It was huge. Gigantic. It was so big. If there's no one in there, we could have walked around it for probably 10 minutes. Like more than that. Underground caves.
It was absolutely massive.
They're really small, like...
There were parts of it that we didn't even get to go visit because there were so many people down there. It was absolutely rammed.
And people like a one-way system, and you had to like wait standing, like with people like walking past.
Well, it was but the thing is that there wasn't a one-way system, so people were going whatever way they wanted, and then there was a clog of people because there was legitimately barely enough space for one person to walk in one direction. It was crazy.
Yeah, there was no order, so what it was kind of like, you know, when you get those games where you've got like a character just infinitely moves forward, and if it can't go one way, it'll just try the other way.
Yeah.
That's kind of what people were just doing, and then everyone's just getting stuck, and it was just like there's like the bottleneck effect, which is really annoying. But aside from that, it was really cool. A lot of history there, and that was a really nice way to kind of end the last thing. Because the good thing is we did that for the last thing. You know, we had the cannoli, did the catacombs, did the cathedral, all this walking around. We did like, 16,000 steps or something. And then we get... 5 foot from the bus stop?
5 foot
away from the bus stop.
So what happens is, we've just stopped at a restaurant, we've had a nice meal, we're nice and merry, like, with food, not alcohol, we're just jolly. And then we're looking at bus times to get back to Bujuba. So I was like, okay, there's 2 that are coming up. There's one that comes every hour, and there's one that comes every half an hour. The one that comes every hour is like 20 minutes faster than the more frequent bus. And we were like, okay, well, it comes in 15 minutes. So we're like, okay, shit, we need to hurry up and go, because otherwise we're going to have to wait another hour. Otherwise we just have to get the longer bus. So we... we are rushing to get to where the bus station is, and we can see it, we're all fine. I'm walking at a normal pace at this point. I take one step, don't realise it's a curb, and then I hear a horrible crack in my ankle. Nothing sinister has happened, but I've definitely sprained my ankle. I haven't gone to the hospital or anything, but I've fractured my ankle enough times to know. You
fractured the other ankle.
I've got one bad ankle. That's the ankle that I have fractured 3 times in the same place. So I know an ankle injury. I have now hurt the other ankle. So both of my ankles are fucked. My left ankle is sprained and it is bruised and swollen. Well, it's not that bruised. It's a bit swollen. But yeah, so that happened like the last part of the last final day in Malta, and I hurt my ankle. And then the bus didn't even turn up for like another 40 fucking minutes. So I literally ran and I hurt myself for no reason. That was really annoying.
That's good.
Then we got back to the hotel. We went to reception to get some ice for my ankle so I could put ice on it. They were like, oh no, you need to go to the cafe, you can get ice there. So Mike and I go to the cafe. I'm speaking to the manager and I'm like, hello, I fell over earlier, I've hurt my ankle, and his face like looked horrified.
Yeah,
I was like,
worried. Like,
he was like genuinely really worried, and I was like, no, I'm fine.
He was like, you okay?
I was like, I'm fine. I was like, can I just have some ice so I can put it on my ankle? And he was like, yeah, sure. He got like the person that was working there to go get some ice. He gave him this like bin bag essentially, this white bin bag, and the guy who's working there is literally filling this ice up, and we keep hearing like this bag is just getting filled up. You know when you put like the big shovel thing that they put into ice. Yeah. We keep hearing this time and time again.
We think
Mike
one or 2.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't need that much ice. And Mike and I are looking at each other. We're like, how much fucking ice is he putting in this bag?
The manager looks at us.
The manager looks at us and we're looking at him, and there's like this whole weird like eye movement.
It's like, when is this guy
when is this
stop?
So then the manager goes over to the guy. He's like, right, are you done? And he holds up this bag, and fucking hell, it is filled with ice. Like it's like
a pillow.
But the thing, yeah, right, it is like a pillow.
A pillow of ice.
It's like buying a bag of ice from a supermarket. It was like that size of ice. I was like, I don't need 2 kilos worth of ice, like or 5 kilos worth of ice. I was like, I don't need that. And then I was like, we don't need that much ice.
You didn't say anything, and the bar manager, he looked at it and he was like, that's too much ice, hold on. And he walked over there and was like, what are you doing?
He was like, put it back. And they just started putting back the ice. And then the ice bag that they gave me was still fucking massive.
Then it was like more of a cushion than a pillow.
Yeah, it was still huge. There was still so much ice. And then he gave it to me and he was like, this should be enough ice for today. And then under his breath, he was like, and tomorrow?
It was so good.
Yeah, but I iced my ankle with my massive bag of ice.
Yeah, I took care of you, and then we had to travel
Yesterday, going through the airport and stuff was quite painful, I must admit. Today, it's eased
We had like a
quite
bag
a
on your
lot.
back as well, so it's like additional weight and this sort of thing, and it's a lot of walking when you go around airports and things.
But yeah, that's our holiday.
It was...
That's 41 minutes of information about Malta.
Well, no, because you dropped your phone earlier, so I'm going to cut that bit out.
Okay, well, whatever,
It's going to
Mike.
be slightly under that. Well, technically, now you're saying it now. It's probably... I just had to be pedantic.
Get off me.
Don't be like that. People are going to think I'm abusing you.
Okay, I'd like to clarify what Mike was doing. His hands were running up my tummy like a little spider, and it tickled me, and I didn't like it, which is why I said, get off me.
That is exactly what happened. Perfect. But yeah, that was our time in Malta. It was a lot of walking around, but we always do it on holidays. We can't just stay still and do nothing for a week or two. People can. People often, if they have kids...
And if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
You want to pay money, sit in a hotel and drink all day and eat all day, you are sitting by a very cold swimming pool. You can do
it's not always a cold swimming pool.
Desire.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to Malta because we didn't get to do the boat trip and we didn't get to go and see the different islands. So we didn't go to Gozo, we didn't go to Camino.
Yes.
And we didn't see the lagoons. So I would quite like to go back, and also maybe in the summer when it is slightly warmer.
The thing is, it's such a chill place. It's like lots of people have got like their kids there and things. So it's like, for certain elements of it, it can wait if we...
Oh, Michael.
That's the kind of... I'm not saying it would have to.
We can only go back to Malta once we have children, Megan.
That's what we said.
That's the rule.
The thing is
no children, no Malta.
No, it's more so, if we're going to go on another repeat holiday, I'd rather go back to Amsterdam than go to Malta. That's kind of my thinking.
But there's no seaside in Amsterdam.
Yeah, but there's no something else in Malta. Sex museums. No,
museum.
I know, to be honest, there's a lot of cool museums and interesting things to do in
Anyway.
Amsterdam. We haven't visited the tulips.
Yeah, I do want to go see the tulips in Holland.
Yeah, and the zoo's great. And Megan's favourite place, the Micro Museum.
I fucking hated the Micro
Next time, we'll go to the Micro Museum separately. And then you can experience it all in its true might.
I would never go. Yeah, but that was Malta. It was
Malta.
Good. I recommend it. One thing I will say is that Malta doesn't have a lot of sandy beaches, so that is a problematic thing for me because I love a sandy beach. I don't like a stony beach, but it's still lovely. It is stunning.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Yeah. Not going in.
Not a lot of... yeah, that was the sad thing, is that because the weather wasn't the best and we didn't get to go on the boat trip, I didn't actually get to swim in the sea. We went out of our way so that I could take my shoes and socks off and go into the ocean and stand there for a minute.
And on that day that Megan chose to do that, I was planning on going in the water with Megan, but it was very, very windy on a beach. So sand was literally doing little sand tornadoes around us.
Oh yeah, there was a sand tornado.
And it was just... So Alex and Megan went down to the water.
Yeah, Alex joined me.
But me and Beth just stood near there was a hut, it was so windy, and I had my hoodie on, zipped up, my hood up, full jeans on and shoes and stuff, like in
Your
Malta.
full jeans, as opposed to your half jeans.
Well, you can wear jean shorts and things, or ripped jeans.
They're called half jeans.
Anyway, but I wanted to go, but I was like, it's so sandy. It was sandy.
Yeah, it was very sandy.
And I felt bad because I was like, I did want to go out there, but it was a lot, I'm afraid.
I was adamant I was going in the water.
If Alex didn't go, I probably would have gone. But because
you just watched me walk into the sea by myself. So sad that I can't go in the ocean.
Because it's cold. Was the ocean cold when you did that?
It was quite chill.
Was it as cold as the pool? It's probably colder, wasn't it?
I think it would probably be. I think it was colder than the swimming pool.
Yeah, because it was overcast. There was no heat. It was just vague humidity.
Yeah,
not very much.
It wasn't warm.
It was like 12 degrees. It wasn't cold. It wasn't warm. That was windy.
Yeah, no, the water was not warm. It was very, very cold.
Yeah, but that's the Malta adventure. Nice long podcast that I could even split into two if I wanted to.
If you want, but we need to stop this because the timer went off for the potatoes ages ago.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah. And I think that's when the chicken needs to come out.
You should have said we could have stopped.
No, as in now. I think now is when the chicken needs to come out.
Well, that's it then, guys. Thank you so much for listening. As always, we appreciate all of you. Tell us if you've ever been to Malta or any places you like to go, and we will speak to you soon.
Goodbye.
You have just experienced host, creator, everything elser of Genuine Chit-Chat, and also the host and creator of Star Wars Comics in Canon, found on the Comics in Motion podcast, Mike Burton.